Tzu Chi Liaison Office in San Diego holds a free clinic for low-income families in Oceanside for the first time. To make the best use of fallow land, Tzu Chi Foundation promotes natural farming in Hualien, starting with Wanrong township. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Siri Su. Thank you for joining us. In the United States, the Tzu Chi Liaison Office in San Diego held a free clinic in Oceanside for the first time. Since many residents in Oceanside are from low-income families, more than 400 people came.
There's no one in the world that I don't love.
There's no one in the world that I don't love. With such spirit, Tzu Chi volunteers have come to provide much-needed medical services.
May this great love fill the world through all of
Tzu Chi Liaison Office in San Diego is holding a free clinic at Del Rio Elementary School in Oceanside for the first time. The services provided include Western medicine, Chinese medicine, ophthalmology, and dentistry. In addition, many high school students have come to help translate for patients.
I was really glad. I wish this program should go on for every year. It really helps people and makes me happy to see people actually get help.
Many low-income residents who don't have health insurance can finally seek much-needed medical care thanks to these medical volunteers. Tzu Chi volunteers in Canada have participated in the National Indigenous People Day for 3 consecutive years. This year, they were requested by the event host to set up a Chinese medicine free clinic. Let's join them there.
An Indigenous Day celebration is held in the Hamilton Gage Park. Volunteers from Canada came along to celebrate. They have participated in this event for 3 years. Canada's Indigenous law protects those from the First Nations, Inuit, and Metis tribes. Tzu Chi volunteers set up a large wheel in the venue in order to share some Jingsi aphorisms.
And cherish these blessings.
Many people were impressed by this technology of recycling the bottles and making it into a blanket. Since the indigenous culture cares about the environment, their ideology fits the Tzu Chi's recycling concept.
And because Mother Earth takes care of us, she provides our food, our shelter, our medicines, everything that we have, everything that we wear comes from Mother Earth.
The Chinese medicine free clinic hosted by Tzu Chi was requested by the indigenous committee.
Chinese medicine shares similar origins with indigenous people's remedies. Both of our medicines started from natural therapy. It is nice to think about this.
They don't want to take too much medicine since they identify medicine as an unhealthy substance. Recognizing this is very important.
Canada's multicultural tolerance gave Tzu Chi a chance to share its similar ideology with the public. Ultimately, this allowed love and compassion to more and more people.
In Taiwan, TIMA heads to New Taipei City's Ruifang once every 2 months to provide free medical services. This time, more than 300 medical staff and volunteers participated in the event. In addition to holding a free clinic at Ruifang Junior High School, the medical team also conducted home visitations.
On this sunny day in June, TIMA members keep their promise and once again make their way to New Taipei City's Ruifang to provide free medical services. They take 6 different routes to conduct home visitations in this mountainous area.
I am usually in the operating room, and I serve as the second-line doctor, so normally I don't have the chance to contact patients. This is why I think this opportunity is very meaningful.
Mr. Hu, who is 50-some years old, injured his brain after he was born, leading him to be paralyzed and suffer mobility issues. His mother has been taking care of him for decades with endless devotion. He feels especially happy for this medical team's visit.
If I tell him when the doctors will come again, he'll keep waiting until the doctors come.
This is Mr. Zhang, who can only stay at home because of his rare disease, myotonic dystrophy. Over the past 2 years, he has never stepped out of his home.
I kept encouraging him and told him, if you want to continue to live, you have to help yourself, so that the Bodhisattva will help you too. He finally accepted what I said.
Besides conducting home visitations, this medical team also hosts a free medical outreach at Ruifang Junior High School. Dr. Su Mingyao, who works at the Changgen Memorial Hospital, has raised funds to buy a portable abdominal ultrasound machine in hopes of benefiting more residents.
Physicians normally provide only medical consultations at this free clinic. Today we have this abdominal ultrasound machine, which is a great help for the patients because we can use it to check their health in more detail.
We hope in the future this ultrasound machine will benefit more people. I also hope that I will be able to contribute more to the residents here.
Doctors not only promise to provide further medical assistance for the residents, but they will also continue to safeguard their health.
Organ donation not only gives patients a second chance at life, but many of these people return to work and begin contributing to society. In addition, these participants are very grateful for this donation, typically sign a donation consent. Some even join the ranks of volunteers to promote organ donation. Today, we take a look at this subject in greater depth.
讲什么话呀？讲说，我家有一个小轩轩。
This mother and daughter pair are having a good time and playing together. Unfortunately, the wheels of fate would soon spin, and Miss Yo would be learning a lesson in impermanence some 6 months later.
My mother had mentioned before that she wants to be an organ donor, so at that time I wanted to fulfill my mother's compassion and love.
Her mother had a heartbeat, but doctors pronounced she was brain dead on 2 occasions, and her daughter knew that her organs need to be donated before her bodily functions stop. At last, she was able to fulfill her mother's last wish of organ donation.
This would allow my mother to be reborn, as I feel that my mom would also agree with this decision, which I think is very meaningful.
Mother's heart, lung, liver, kidney, bones, and cornea could help nearly 10 patients be reborn. For example, Mr. Xie, whose left thigh was crushed in a car accident, is one such beneficiary. He had an artificial bone in place, but still could not walk until he received this bone transplant.
How long do I do physical therapy every day? About 2 to 3 hours.
My brother waited so long for a bone transplant, almost 6 months. I am happy to say he received one, as Tzu Chi Hospital called and said someone had donated a thigh bone, which has led my brother's legs to grow again. We are very grateful to the donor. It was only because of this that my brother was able to recover.
In Taiwan, we don't let the recipient and the donor know each other, so it's a silent donation and there's only a thank you card.
Open this thank you card, handwritten by the recipient. This daughter is both happy and sad.
I don't know how to address you, so I will simply call you older sister. I have received your organs for 2 years and 5 months, and I thank you for your love in donating your heart to me and giving me a chance to become reborn. My mom would feel that this action makes her feel very happy. Seeing those who have received this donation makes me feel that my mother is still healthy and alive.
I do not know you, but thank you for saving me. This is what organ recipients and their family members feel every time they receive this gift. However, whenever an organ donation is made, a medical team and ambulance personnel need to work closely together to make the best use of valuable time.
Hello, this is Tzu Chi Ambulance. Is this an organ transplant? I'll send an ambulance for you soon.
Most of the organ donations can be unpredictable, and after receiving a call, it takes us about 5 minutes to dispatch an ambulance.
When the organ comes out, it is put in cold water or ice, and the liver can survive more than 12 hours, while the heart and lung would probably last 4 to 6 hours. So there is a relatively short golden period of time. The quicker the transplant, the better.
In terms of organ transplant, there are really 2 lives at stake. The first is that of the donor, who is making a donation, and the other is the recipient, who eagerly awaits the donation. Relatively speaking, these are very urgent cases.
Every second counts when it comes to organ donation and transplant. This liver patient, Mr. Chen, can truly understand this message.
The degree of liver cirrhosis and liver cancer has become quite severe, so the doctor said it's best to get a new liver as soon as possible.
As a television writer, Mr. Chen has written a lot of well-known primetime serial dramas, and even his own life has become the subject of an entertaining script.
At work, I was quite touched by some scenes and spirit, and I wanted to put it into my own script.
As he continues to battle for life, Mr. Chen signed an organ consent form to help others in need.
I can understand what it is like to wait for an organ transplant.
When our life is over, we can no longer use our organs, but we can give them so that others can live. This is a sort of continuation of life, or being reborn in someone else and being, in a way, immortal.
In our next report, we meet a city volunteer from Singapore. Tay-Tek Sen was a famous chef and he had a good salary when he was young. However, he was influenced by his work environment and started to become rebellious. It was until 14 years ago, after he lost his health, that he has changed. He has also vowed to walk the Bodhisattva path.
Sometimes I might turn over the table, throw the chair like this, or even throw this whole box of beer.
Arguing, fighting, and drinking, this is the frivolous life of Tay-Tek Sen when he was young. He used to be a famous chef of a restaurant and had a good income. However, he also met many bad friends.
I had money and friends at that time, so I went to nightclubs very often. My buddies and I might sit at the same table at the nightclub every night.
Living an irregular life and drinking alcohol for a long period of time, Mr. Tay eventually lost his health, with his health condition deteriorating from cirrhosis to liver cancer. Over the past 14 years, he has undergone hepatectomy 3 times. So far, doctors still cannot tell him how long he can live.
The doctor said that among those who suffered liver cancer, 20 of them had already passed away. I'm not sure how much time I still have. Maybe 3 or 5 months, or maybe 1 or 2 years. Now I have less strength and my vitality has weakened.
Because of this illness, Mr. Tay realized the impermanence of life and he started to repent his past wrongdoings. After he moved with his family to the apartment, which is across from the Singapore Jinsi Ho, he started to help clean the environment of the Jinsi Ho.
Even though it is very hot outside and he sweats a lot, he keeps doing his work. He does not look like a patient at all. I can see that he's a very diligent person. He never complains and does what he can to help.
Having experienced the impermanence of life, 68-year-old Tay-Tek Sen seizes every moment to repent and start anew. Tzu Chi is his spiritual home as he has vowed to walk the Bodhisattva path in the rest of his life.
Hualien has seen an increase in fallow farmland in recent years. To encourage farmers to get back out there, the Tzu Chi Foundation is promoting compassionate farming methods, beginning with Wanrong township. In addition, with the machinery Tzu Chi is donating to the farmers, it will increase yields for these farmers.
The most difficult part of a farmer's job is perhaps plowing the field when the sun is out in full force. Yet with this new plow machine, the farmer's workload is lessened and this land, which has sat fallow for over a decade, can finally be put to good use.
Currently, farmers like us don't have machines like this, so this gift from the Tzu Chi Foundation will help us out a lot.
3, 2, 1, To promote a friendly style of farming, the Tzu Chi Foundation is working with the Wanrong Township office. In total, 19 farmers signed up for the production and sales class to turn 18 hectares of their fallow land into something useful.
We're using natural farming methods now and not even using pesticide to rid the weeds. We're finding back the farming methods of the past, that natural way of cultivation.
However, selling the harvest is another challenge. In the future, high-yield crops such as the Inca peanuts which can be made into supplements, will help these farmers find a new path in life.
After harvest, how should the farmers go about selling their products? In that situation, Tzu Chi will also help in every way possible or partner with social resources to help.
Transforming fallow land into useful property, Tzu Chi is helping the agricultural sector find a new lease on life. Starting from Wanrong, the foundation hopes to help more rural communities develop their potential.
Fuxing Elementary School in Taidong, Taiwan was being rebuilt by Tzu Chi more than 1 year ago, and work has finally been completed. 150 teachers and students moved books and bookcases to the new library. 20 Tzu Chi volunteers were also mobilized to help them move.
After the new building is completed and ready, teachers and students of Fuxing Elementary School in Taidong County are mobilized to move books and bookcases to their new library, so it can be ready for the new school year starting in September. Tzu Chi volunteers are also there to help.
I'm so happy because the new building is quite beautiful. Finally, there's a new place for us to use.
The temperature is very hot, so the volunteers also prepare cooling desserts for everyone so they can continue working after feeling refreshed.
We're moving to this new building. It is a Project Hope building and was rebuilt by Tzu Chi Foundation, so we are very grateful to Tzu Chi.
Everyone cooperates together and keeps like one family, so they can enjoy doing this work no matter how difficult it is.
Shanghai Tzu Chi volunteers visited the Wanfo Pavilion to present a mechanical bell and drum clock. The Wanfo Pavilion master Xin Kang has shared with Tzu Chi volunteers her experience of undertaking the reconstruction work of the pavilion.
Originally built during the Ming Dynasty, after witnessing many historical ups and downs and being rebuilt in 1989, Shanghai's Wanfo Pavilion has reached 600 years of history. Master Xin Kang, who undertook much of this reconstruction work, expressed a profound understanding of the Dharma and the importance of all living beings.
I believe that there would be more time to share the Dharma with people. As long as we can accept the Dharma, we know how to do good things and how they should be done. This will all make us better people.
Tzu Chi volunteers visit Wanfo Pavilion and enjoy the solemn atmosphere as Tzu Chi members are further inspired to pursue the Bodhisattva path.
I feel honored that volunteers have the opportunity to provide more support and action.
Proving that all Buddhists are like a big family, Tzu Chi volunteers present a mechanical bell and drum clock to the Wanfo Pavilion. Master Xin Kang and more than a dozen other Dharma masters perform the incense chant as everyone uses this opportunity to honor the Buddha.
In Malaysia, the principal of Patang Kali Elementary School in Selangor not only recognizes Tzu Chi's ideals, but also implements the teaching of Jingsi aphorisms on campus. Recently, a special activity was held at the school for students and their parents.
On this day, parents of the students from Patang Kali Elementary School have been invited to attend a special activity at this school. Before telling the story, the students learned about life rules through games.
We should follow the rules. If we don't, we'll have bad consequences and will hurt others. If we abide by the rules, we'll benefit others.
Today, a DaAi mother told us a story. She taught us to always follow the rules which exist in every place. For example, we should not chase when we are at school because we may hurt others. And when we are at home, we should be polite to our parents.
The parents learn different ways of education from Tzu Chi volunteers.
If you keep nagging, the children may not listen to you. Have you experienced this? You are actually giving him advice, understand? But he doesn't want to listen to you.
With these activities and experiences, it helps bring the parents and children close together. Volunteers also seize this opportunity to promote the acts of giving.
In Malaysia, an environmental exhibition was held at a community recycling station in Kedah. The participants, who are also recycling volunteers, exchanged ideas with one another. Many of them made their unique bags with recycled plastic or paper bags.
On this day, everyone brings a unique bag to the Sanggai Padani recycling station in Kedah.
My basket is made with this paper bag. I can bring this bag to the market. It is very useful because I can put things inside when I buy vegetables.
It has pretty decorations. I can bring it to a banquet or to work. It is very useful. I also installed a zipper here.
It takes one at least 2 weeks to make recycling bags with recycled plastic bags. This time, Tzu Chi hosts an environmental achievements exhibition where the participants can exchange their ideas. These flowers are also made with recycled plastic bags, with each taking one only 5 minutes to finish. These recycling volunteers take action to protect the environment in many different ways. They turn recyclables into useful items, which reduces the burden of Mother Earth.
In Taichung, a policeman from Qinggong Station saw a man swerving his scooter. When he stopped the civilian, he saw that the person was having health issues. To ensure the man did not get into an accident, the police escorted the man to the station for rest. Thanks to the police attentiveness, a possible traffic accident was avoided.
Stopped by the police on his scooter, this man nearly collapses to the ground. As the man looked pale and couldn't stand properly, the officer was worried about him. "47-year-old Mr. Xu's high blood pressure affected his ability to control his scooter, causing him to wobble to and fro. The officer, who was doing a routine household check, pulled him over to avoid a dangerous situation. In the end, the officer escorted him to the police station."
We asked him to rest in our waiting area. In about 20 to 30 minutes after his blood pressure returned to normal, he was able to leave in safety.
Mr. Xu expressed that he had gotten into an accident before while driving when his blood pressure was high. Thankfully, the police was there this time to help him. The officers reminded him if he's not feeling well, it's best not to drive a scooter or car under those conditions.
In金门, Taiwan, a green sea turtle was saved by wildlife conservationists after it ate garbage by accident in May. At the end of our program, we take you to Hohu Beach in金门, where the green sea turtle was released back into its habitat after receiving treatment. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye.